14 of the 21 days of Yule. Let's see what today's activity is going to be. Day 14, here we come. Today we have a message for your inner child. Today's activity is going to be a choose a card or choose a pile reading. Today's reading is going to be all about a message from for your inner child. So take a few deep breaths, focus on each of the 3 piles, and when you've had a moment to collect your thoughts and to really tune into your intuition and chosen a pile, then go ahead and continue this video. But for now, maybe just pause and focus on the message you most need to hear for your inner child. All right, let's dive in. I'm going to be starting with pile number 1. So as always, I will have timestamps down below where you can skip to your desired pile, but we're going to start here with pile number 1. Now the decks I'm using are the Mons Tarot deck by Joanna Nelson and the Field Guide to Garden Dragons by Stanley Morrison and Arwen Lynch. So pile number 1, your cards are the Ace of Cups and the Potato Dragon support. The Ace of Cups and the Potato Dragon support. The message for this is that you have so much room to create space, to feel nurtured and safe. The Potato Dragon tells you that you have all the support you need to allow a little more trust into your life. If your inner child has been feeling a little bit wounded lately, a little bit fearful of trusting, these 2 cards really let us know that there are nothing but blessings ahead for you, that you can let down your guard and lean into the support you already have around you. You can really soften and allow the lessons and the excitement in your life to unfold. Know that the cup is full and pouring forth tons of good stuff your way. See yourself or your inner child like this hungry little lotus down here at the base of this cup, and just gobble up all the goodness that is pouring out and down and onto you. All you have to do is open up and allow it in. The Potato Dragon lets you know that you have everything you need already, whether it's in the form of a strong support network of other people around you, or whether the wholeness that is you has developed enough tools and strategies for moving through difficulty that you are best supported for living your best life. Moving on to pile number 2, we have the 4 of Pentacles and the Broccoli Dragon, which is all about place. The 4 of Pentacles and the Broccoli Dragon. The 4 of Pentacles is often a card of over-security, or rather walling ourselves off. Now this can be a good thing. Sometimes you really need to pull up the barricades and really focus on keeping yourself protected. Sometimes you really need to focus on holding on to what is yours, and there is nothing wrong with that. But also be aware that sometimes you can end up digging your roots a little deep, and it could be difficult to move and to make progress. Sometimes the form of holding on to what is yours can also be in the form of holding on to the stuff that you really don't need anymore. Think about, from an inner child perspective, that security blanket. The stuff that makes you feel like you're really safe and secure, but probably you've outgrown. Even your inner child can reach a point where he or she no longer needs that same comfort object, that thing to cling on to. And in a physical way, this can be literal stuff that you might be holding on to, afraid to let go. This can also be relationships. This can also be coping mechanisms and other tools. The Broccoli Dragon, as far as place is concerned, reminds you that who you are and how you've grown or how you will grow, the things that you will experience, aren't as tied to that physical, mundane reality as you might think. So the things that you might find yourself clinging to, just recognize that you can honor the place that they've had in your life. You can honor that these things were critical to a particular stage in your development, but that maybe they're no longer needed, and it can be okay to let those things go. So the overall message here is to let go. Moving on to pile number 3. And here we have the Judgment card and the Mushroom Dragon, which is all about illusion. Judgment and illusion. Now, Judgment is a card all about leaving an old life behind and stepping into a new one. It's a card of rebirth and being reborn. It's a card about really stepping into the next phase of your life. There's an evolution at play. And when it comes to your inner child, that tells me that perhaps your inner child has been holding on to an idealized picture of what your life looks like, or what a relationship looks like, or what a situation in your life looks like, and has been viewing that world through this veiled vision, not quite seeing clearly, perhaps not being quite ready to be honest with yourself about that truth of your situation, the truth of that relationship, or the truth of where you're at right now. Often we know it's time to change. We know it's time to embrace something new, to sort of level up our existence. But we hold ourselves back because of fear and because we've convinced ourselves that actually no change is really needed. But deep down, we know the truth. Mushroom Dragon is letting you know that while where you're at now may seem really appealing and there's a lot about it that feels safe and comfortable, it's time to level up. It's time to step into the next grade of your life and move into new challenges and new adventures. The Judgment card encourages you to embrace those changes rather than resist those changes, to heed the call, and to really step fully and fearlessly into what comes next. Our inner child can sometimes help us to stay a little too attached to the part of the mind that likes to keep things always the same. But this is a message that it's time to take those rose-colored or perhaps even darkly colored glasses off and see your life clearly, see your current situation clearly as it is today, and hear that call to take the next step towards your personal growth and evolution. So if I were to sum up these 3 readings here at the end, I would say that pile number 1, your message is to trust and allow the good stuff in. Pile number 2, your message to your inner child is to let go and stop clinging. And pile number 3, it's to see clearly and step forward boldly onto your new path. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading with a message for your inner child. I really enjoy doing these pick a card readings, and they've been really fun to incorporate into the 21 days of tarot. Thank you so much, and I will see you for a different activity tomorrow. Bye!